Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, core faculty for the College of Health Sciences and Public Policy at Walden University with the joint faculty appointment at Ross University School of Medicine. I wanted to go over some of the critical areas of the Federal Bureau of Investigations, FBI. We got it started with just FBI.gov, but I wanted to start with the 10 most wanted fugitives. And here they are. One person did get captured, so now there's nine. Um, and one that caught my attention because he also is from the country that um, my ancestry comes from. His name is Bhadresh Kumar Chetan Bhai Patel, and he actually the story behind his is that he escaped capture, escaped the country after he murdered his newlywed wife. And so he has been placed in the most wanted. You can go in and click on each person's crime and see what they committed. Um, there's historical features of the 10 most wanted. There's fugitives that have since then evaded capturing law. There's Cyber's most wanted, and so Cyber's most wanted is individuals, in fact, nine individuals, Iranian citizens, have been indicted in a computer hacking campaign that compromised universities, private companies, and government entities. This person was born in December 1991 and is wanted allegedly involvement in criminal activities. He was a contractor for the Mabna Institute, but then he also performed this work for the Iranian government at the behest of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Victims of the scheme included 144 universities, 176 foreign universities in 21 countries. So the types of, even though techno crimes are seem to be seemingly benign, there can be difficulties there as well. These individuals, so there's different categories of individuals that are considered one thing or another. These individuals are concerned flight risk. And let's take one example and see why this person is a flight risk. So this was also private hacking situation, and so it would be a flight risk at that time. Ihsan Mohammadi, um, he he was one of the nine as well. So it seems like all these individuals were part of the nine. I might find one that's no. So all of these individuals are flight risks. Um, Going into additional violent crimes, there's murder. Um, there's crimes against children, and these individuals have committed heinous crimes. Let's take a look at Gregory Robert Whitehead. And he's actually, he was born in 1962 and has scars on his left finger and abdomen. Apparently, he alleged and lured two young girls to his home under the ruse of using them for house cleaning services. It was reported to the Colorado Springs Police Department that two teenage girls were sexually assaulted by Whitehead. While at his Denver home, Whitehead allegedly served the girls alcohol, took nude and graphic photos of them, and paid them for for their sexual favors. Finally, Widespread was arrested in Colorado Springs, Colorado, for the following crimes: sexual exploitation of children, soliciting for child prostitution, inducement of child prostitution, and criminal attempt to commit sexual assault and sexual assault. On January 4th, 2008, Whitehead failed to appear at a hearing, and the state district court issued a failure to report appear warrant. But the details are not very that important. But the types of crimes that these individuals commit is heinous, and when the victims are children or adolescents, this is unforgivable. Um, uh, Another person is um, that we can look at is Angel Gonzalez. So Angel Gonzalez, unlawful flight to avoid prosecution, first degree aggravated sexual assault, second degree endangering the welfare of a child. So Angel Gonzalez Ramirez, his place of birth is Puerto Rico, 5'10" to 5'11", 170 pounds, and he has a tattoo on the right shoulder. A lot of these, if I'm reporting these, if you do happen to come across them or see individuals that I'm describing, then please call the authorities immediately. These individuals could be armed and dangerous. Angel Gonzalez is wanted for allegedly sexually assaulting several young female victims in New Jersey between the years 1999 and 2006. For all these assaults, Gonzalez has been charged multiple times in the Newark Municipal Court, Newark, New Jersey, with first-degree aggravated sexual assault, second-degree sexual assault by sexual contact, and second-degree endangering the welfare of a child. A federal arrest warrant was issued for Gonzalez in the United States District Court after he was charged with unlawful flight to avoid prosecution. You can even submit an anonymous tip to see to report these individuals. So this was crimes against children, murder. Let's take a look at the MO of Stanley Obis, and criminal conspiracy, kidnapping, criminal homicide, aggravated assault. Date of birth used, he's actually from Haiti, was September 24, 1977 and 1976. He's about 130 pounds, but he has scars on his left leg, left thigh, and left arm. So here's the story behind Tobias. I believe he goes by Stanley Obis. He actually goes by Wildman, Troy Smith, or Neil Stevenson. So here's the story, and this is actually from Pennsylvania, so it hits home much more. Stanley Obis is wanted for his alleged involvement in this assault and death of a 13-year-old girl in Easton, Pennsylvania. On July 28th, 1996, Obis and two accomplices, who have since been arrested, allegedly took the girl into the basement of a house, sexually assaulted her, and tortured her with items from the home. She eventually died as a result of the assault, and her body was located in a cemetery in town. A local arrest warrant was issued for Obis by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, County of Northampton, on August 14, 1996, after he was charged with criminal homicide, kidnapping, aggravated assault, and criminal conspiracy. The warrant was issued on August 22, 1996, in the U.S. District Court, Eastern District of Pennsylvania, Allentown, PA, which I'm very familiar with the area, after he was charged with unlawful flight to avoid prosecution. This person should be considered armed and dangerous and an escape risk. So if you do come across this individual, I would recommend submit a tip anonymously. And the field office is Philadelphia because it's so close, Allentown to Philadelphia. So similarly, you can go in and look at different types of murders, and then additional violent crimes, white collar crimes, uh, intelligence, kidnappings, and missing persons. These are always interesting, and more of them are acquaintances, family members, but a lot of them, some of them are quite tragic. And this is actually an Indian name, and um, uh, from San Antonio, Texas, Lena Sardar Kil. And she was last seen in 2021 at a playground at an apartment complex. Um, so located in the vicinity of the 9400 block of Fredericksburg Road in San Antonio, Texas. A black jacket, red dress, and black shoes was what she was wearing about 6 months ago. She had straight shoulder length hair. This is tragic, and if you do have any information, please submit an anonymous tip to provide some information about the whereabouts about for many of these children. A lot of times, if they have been missing for a long time, there's time lapse photography that is done to kind of sketch out how they would look today. And I find that quite interesting in that process. Um, so we can take a look at another one here, Ashley Loring Heavy Runner. And her story is that well, she was born in '96. She's, as you can tell, Heavy Runner has Native American in her. And she was last seen in Browning, Montana, in Blackfeet Indian Reservation in June 13, 2017. So tragically, she's been missing for 5 years, and so of course, if you have any information, please contact the Blackfeet Law Enforcement. And she has a something that's remarkable about her is that she has a scar in the shape of a check mark on the top of one of her hands. So if you do see any of these individuals, please contact the authorities, and this would help us tremendously. Um, so I'm just going through this list and seeing if there's another one um, that would be good to go over. I think Robert Garrett Stewart Jr. He's been missing for a while now, and this is a cold case now. Who disappeared without a trace 4 years ago. Unfortunately, Native American, December 1, 1987, was his birth date. And there's actually a reward of up to $10,000 for information that leads to the resolution of the case, but it's just been kind of lingering and now has been a cold case. I wanted to do one more. This is the tragic story of Lisa Irwin, little baby. Well, unfortunately, at the time of her disappearance, she was a little baby, but she was actually born now in 2010. So she would be 12 years of age. So they would need time lapse photography to see what her current facial features would be. But she was last seen in her residence while in her crib on October 3rd, 2011, at 6 p.m. He was there. She was wearing purple pants and purple shirt with kittens on it. This breaks my heart. This is tragic when a baby disappears, and it's truly tragic. So these are kidnappings, missing persons. I think this is probably the most tragic portion of all of this. Now, these are different than parental kidnappings. Um, so this is a good comprehensive list of some of the individuals that have been part of committing crimes, top 10 wanted, but also missing persons, trying to improve some of the good aspects of law enforcement. These individuals, it's good to look at these. January 6th insurrection, 2021 have been prosecuted, and there's related photos. Some of these are actually age restricted. They're so graphic and poor, and just tragic to look at. Um, so there's a struggle. I'm not sure if you can hear the volume from that, but this shows a struggle that is taking place between the insurrectionists and law enforcement. So there's a lot of charges that are involved. There's actually, um, take a look at this, a pipe bomb case, which is present as well, and a lot of different charges. Um, Here's a list of defendants that have been charged, and what their crimes are, where they're from, um, and whatnot. Again, this is a very comprehensive list of not only crimes, but also what happened in January 6th, the insurrection that took place. Um, that sums up the FBI website. Thank you for listening.